Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I hope you guys had a wonderful
Morning.
night. Welcome to pre-market analysis. So today I'm not going to talk about the same stocks. I'll talk about different stocks. But of course, we have to cover SPY and QQQ every day. And I wanted to show you guys the other volatility ETFs. You guys can, I know I talked about this on Sunday, when that you guys can look at if you want to know the trend. So I tell people, if you're trading and you're looking at SPY or UVXY or this other volatility, a VXS, VIX, you need to look at them. It can tell you the trend if you're having a reversal. So the ones I told you guys about DXY, dollar. So mostly this one goes the opposite direction as SPY. You look from Thursday last week, bearish for SPY. This DXY is going up. Then when you're bullish, when DXY is bullish, SPY is bearish. So you can compare this when charts the one. This will give us a clear picture. This one is on the east, usually is on the eastern. The same time zone. So I'm in the mountain time zone and my charts put it on my mountain time zone. This was yesterday. This one is on Eastern and this one is on, this comparison is. But if you look at DXY, yesterday, Tuesday, the market opened, but down, SPY was going down, this DXY was going up. And then after we started, SPY started going up. We didn't, this is the hour chart. So we started going up immediately, the market opened. Then we hit 438, and then we came down. So this is the first hour, the second hour. We look at DXY. So the first hour, this is the first hour. DXY was coming down while SPY was going up. The second hour, it was coming down. When SPY started dropping, this was green. So if you can, either there are people who use VIX, there are people who use VXS, there are people who use UVXY. I like also looking at this on a longer time frame. You can actually see on a daily So I'm not seeing it clearly. If you look the whole of September, we were coming down. SPY was coming down from, was it July, the end of July? So this is July 17th. This is the daily chart. July 17th, it was going up, and SPY July 17th, we went up and then finally hit the peak. And this SPY was coming down all the way to August 18th. So we went up together until we hit the peak, and then it started coming down while DXY was going up. Now, if you look the other time, we were trending down from September 1st all the way to October 5th. And DXY, it was going up from September 1st to October 3rd. So as pi is going down, DXY is going up. So you can do, as you're doing analysis, especially I like looking at it on a higher time frame, daily 4 hour, or even sometimes when you're scalping, just look at this and side by side with SPY, you'll see the dollar, as the dollar is rising, you'll see the stocks, the S&P 500 SPY is going down. If this one is going up, the SPY is going down, and if SPY is going up, this one is going down. So from October 3rd, we were going up when SPY hit 11. Let's see. My side by side, I've not been able to. So this one was going up to October 11 as DXY was going down. So you can compare side by side and you see all this time SPY was coming down from 453 going down, and DXY was going to 108, I think. So it's the inverse of the other. So you can use this. There are people who use VIX, and I've seen some people who scalp successfully alongside VIX. So the minute VIX bottoms, we are out of a trade. So let's say this is yesterday. When the market opened, it went slightly up, then it started coming down. The minute you're seeing VIX is bottoming, it means SPY will stop going up, and now it starts going down. And this was from 10:30. So we were coming down till 10:30. If you look at SPY, we were going up till 10:30. Okay, so VIX is a volatility index. So this we saw from the 30 minutes after market open, which is usually the time I tell you guys to look for a breakout. So if you're looking at VIX, the VIX was coming down as SPY was going up. The minute you see it bottom, then you should be out of your calls and then get into puts. And then it started coming down. And then it pulled back and then continued down. So if you're using this, make sure it's open as you're trading those QQQ and SPY calls. Okay, so this was yesterday. Okay, so after the 30 minutes after market open, it was going up as SPY was going down. Then immediately it topped. You get your calls. Immediately it bottoms. Get out of your calls and get puts. When it starts going up, you're holding puts. The minute you're seeing it's pulling back, you're getting out. It went up like that. And you can look on a higher time frame from that September all the way to the 5th, VIX was going up as SPY was coming down. And then from this date, SPY was going up. We went all the way to 453. Okay. And then we had a pullback, and then it's been coming down when SPY was going up until Thursday. Thursday, when I told you guys we had change of trend, we became bearish. And you can see this is what happened on Thursday. VIX was going up as SPY was coming down. Okay, so Friday, and then Monday, this is what happened. So at the top, you're getting calls. At the bottom, when it's going down, you're getting calls for SPY. And then when it's going up, you're getting puts for SPY. So I know those people who are very successful using both VIX and when they're trading SPY or SPX. So the minute they see a bottom, this whatever time frame you're looking at it, if you're scalping, the minute they see a bottom when this is coming down, it hits the bottom. They're getting out of their calls, and then it starts going up. They know they should be looking at puts. You can look at it side by side. I need to work on my side by side, these two charts. The other one, there's a chart from long time ago. I kind of not been able to match with it. But you can look at side by side. Even on Webull, you can compare two charts side by side. Okay. Now, if you see this is what happened yesterday, and this is a 5-minute chart. So from around 8 o'clock my time, that is 10 a.m. I usually tell you guys 30 minutes after market open, we had the move going up, 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 went up for like 2 hours, 2 hours and 30 minutes. So if you're seeing the VIX is dropping, then it means you can hold your call. The minute you're seeing it's trying to go back up, you should be getting out of your calls and looking into puts. So those people who are insisting, oh, I'm holding a runner, oh, we are still going up, you should be having a point of reference. Judy, speak around, you learn so many things. So I use these, and I also use UVXY. Okay. The same thing. So it's giving you this V pattern. So V coming from top, then going back. So 30 minutes after market open, then started bottoming, going down, going down, going down. The minute you're seeing it's going back up, just don't start gambling and saying, I'm leaving a runner. And you're trading lotos. You get out and you look into the opposite direction. Okay. So it's very good on those zigzag days. Like here, it was just that's the day we were going up, and then this was coming down. You can look at it on a higher time frame. You can see from September when we were bearish, going down until 27th. We had a slight pullback, then we went back up. October 5th is when now we started going up. So it's the same pattern with the VIX. And then, so the same way you're doing analysis. So here, on Thursday, we had a change of trend. So UVXY was going up and SPY was coming down, okay, like that. So you have this, you have DXY, you have VIX, and also VXS, the same thing. So please, this is why sometimes I ask you guys, if you're holding calls, are you looking at SPY, QQQ, VIX, VXS, UVXY? So if you're planning to swing something, please refer to this volatility index. Don't just go on your own because they can clearly tell you the direction. Okay? Don't just go it on your own. When you are scalping QQQ, always have one of these on. I know some of you trade from work, might not be possible, but whatever platform you're using to trade or device, please find something that you can be able to see both charts. If you're seeing it's going down, you should be in calls. It's going up, you should be in puts. Okay? Don't be there saying I'm holding runners, or we're still going to heaven. Be clear. Okay? So this one will really help you. Those people, I know you guys are falling in love with QQQ now, because it's so easy to, SPY has all these different sectors. QQQ has the main top stocks. You can easily tell the direction. If you're seeing a whole semiconductor sector is bullish, you know you should be trading QQQ. If you see the whole sector is bearish, you know you should be trading calls or puts. So that's why it's so easy. I feel sometimes SPY can be manipulated or it just takes its time, but that's why I prefer QQQ, but it doesn't mean you don't trade SPY. SPY is also good. Okay. So that's for that, please. So no more making mistakes. You're like, oh, I'm holding. And then when you look, Dell wants to make it to the moon fast, then heaven. um, Now, I need people to understand that the market doesn't move in one direction. There are people who are only, their mind is geared towards bullish trends. So when the market is bearish, they don't know what to do with themselves. And that's very sad because there's no way a market can be just trending up. There's no way. There's no way you see the stocks going up. At some point, it will pull back or reverse and go back down. So if you are somebody who's just geared towards a rocket going up, that rocket will reach a point, it will lose momentum and then drop back down to earth. Okay? So I need people to change their minds. The problem is when we're having a pullback, is when we have everybody else expecting the market to go up and it's just a pullback. You need to identify a pullback and a trend, a bullish continuation. If we are bearish, we've been bearish since July, guys. That has not changed. We are bearish. We've been bearish since July. And it's yet to change until we go back. Just a second. So we've been bearish. You can clearly see on this chart, we hit a higher high here. We came down to 433. Then when we pulled back, we created a lower high. Clearly 453 is lower than 459. Then when you have a confirmation, this was a confirmation of the bearish trend. So after the confirmation is when you reject the higher high and you create a lower high. So clearly from when we hit this, we knew we were going to break this level because we are creating, after that, we are creating lower highs and lower lows. So we know we are going to break this to create a new low. And that's what happened. We broke 433. And then this is when there was just a week that just slightly touched 418, the level I'd been talking about. After we hit that, we went back up And you can clearly see on this chart, we've been unable to break above 438. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for 6 days, we've been consolidating, barely unable to hit 440. We've just been 438, pull back, go up 438. We had a spinning top here, another one. We've been having indecision for the past 4 days. So there's no way we can be out-geared towards, we are still bullish because we are barely struggling to break above 440. Okay? Until the day we go up, we break this 453 and we break this 459, we are still bearish. So everybody needs to set their mind in that whatever bullish person you are, you need to look at it that the market is bearish. That has not changed until we go back to break all these two levels, the 453 and 459, we are bearish. So right now, any bullish move you see, it's a pullback. Okay, so if you're still anticipating, oh, we're going to heaven, there's no way we'll go to heaven if we can't even break above 440. So the outlook for the market now is still bearish. Okay, and I know each stock is different, but if you look, most of the stocks are also bearish. Okay, ADB is the only one. So ADB, we hit the first time we hit 552, we pulled back, and this was a deep pullback. And then we went. Anytime you see a deep pullback, it means you're approaching the top. So the next top you hit, expect you're going to break the previous support. And that's what happened. From 570, we broke 503. We went to 496. Okay? So the only difference, ADB, is we broke 570 to 574. But still, we were supposed to go to 575. So we rejected it by, I think, a few cents. So this day, okay, and this was a risky gamble. When I told you guys, it created a lower high, but the thing with the ADB, the difference between ADB and the rest is it broke the previous resistance. So it can either be going down because we created a lower high here, we had an inside day here, and so we still created another lower high here. If you look at the daily chart, we have this doji. So we had indecision here and another indecision here. So it's very key to see what happens today. Are we going to break out to go to this, or are we going to come down? Okay, so sometimes some of this, it's a gamble because clearly ADB is different from the rest because it broke the previous resistance, but it barely held, went to 575. 3 days and no much action. So here it's like a double top. So we need to have a decision today. So whatever the decision, that's why I tell you guys, if you're gambling anything, a swing or a call, don't spend more than 100. If you go a lot, 150. Because if you're buying a contract 300 and something and you're swinging, that's just risking too much money for a move you're not confident of. Okay? Or even I've seen people swing a lot of money, especially when they're buying SPY and SPX. Okay? The play will come to you. Always look for discounts. I'm always looking for discounts. So if I'm swinging anything, it should be money you can afford to risk, and that should be not more than 150. You can make back 150. It can take you a while to make back 300, 500, 1,000. Okay? So this is what we are looking for. If we make a decision today, either bullish or bearish, then you need to, ADB is in the momentum list. This is not momentum. This is indecision for 3 days. We need a decision to be made, and then we can get back to being in the momentum moves. Like we're seeing here, the reason it's on a momentum list, it takes days trending up, it takes days trending down. Okay, so that's for ADB. So we still know ADB has never gone back to the all-time high is 699. So we've never gone back to this level, the post-COVID level, 699. So ideally, we are supposed to go back to where we came from. Of course, it broke 50% retracement. So if we go by this, the next level should be 604. But if you see here, we had 570, we slightly broke it. We need a decision by ADB. It's either we're going 604, or we can still go back to this 529 level. Okay, so that's for ADB. The head and shoulder, the inverse head and shoulder is not so perfect, but it looks like one because it came down back. So this is the left shoulder, and then the head inverted, and then here came back to the same level, and then we went up. So we are ideally supposed to go to retest this level. I don't know when ADB is reporting earnings. Oh, we still have until December. So we reported in September, and still for the whole month, we barely had a major. It took us, so from here, September to end of September, now we are about 2 weeks in. So it's taken 2 weeks. That's not bad to go back to this level. Some stocks takes years or months to go back to the same level. So it's not doing badly. So it's very important to see what is the decision that's going to be made today and tomorrow. And I told you guys this week the prominent trend is bearish, but at some point you're supposed to get a lot of bullish move. Okay, so that's for ADB. Okay, I've posted the levels. So the levels I'll be posting there for QQQ and SPY are for levels for day trade, the day. You can use those levels for scalping. If you look at the levels, they're very short term, they're not long term. So you can use those levels if you're scalping or if you want to hold during the day. They're not for intraday. But I know there's no way we can go from, it's possible. We are at around, quite at around what? We can, if we get a bullish trend, we can go to 444. So we are around 10 points away. It's still possible because the levels go all the way to 444 for SPY and for 374 for QQQ. Okay. Now, post ER. The SML is a semiconductor. It's been bearish. And that's what I said yesterday. It can be, it's not been in the momentum list because it's been coming down since last earnings. So this is where the ER to ER comes into play. So it took months from July all the way to September. So July, August, September. So for the 2 months, the two August, September are historically bearish months. So we had a pullback, went to 626, I think was it last week. So this is my problem with some of this ER is if I'm not sure it will hold those levels, not unless it's under momentum list, I might not be quick to get in on a play for swing. I'll just wait because this stock can drop and then start going up when the market open. And that's what we call IV crash. It kills both calls and puts, and that's what we want. So sometimes I don't really get bothered by missing a move, because not unless I'm so confident a stock will give me 20 points that is going to hold, then I'm not going to swing. But it's been bearish. It barely, so here it's hit 624, and here it's been creating an inside day here and then a lower high here. Okay. And I told you guys, if these semiconductors, if we have one semiconductor supposed to create 3 lower lows, you might find all of them, the whole sector will pull back 3 days. And of course, we know this. A stock, a trend takes 3, multiple of 3. So if it's a pullback, it's going to be 3 days pulling back. And then after that, if it creates a higher low, so if it doesn't go back to this level, 563, then it means we might go back up. This was on 28. This stock has been consolidating. It was consolidating for, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on the 7th, this was like what? So after 601, we came down. So this, yeah, it clearly wanted to go up. It broke this consolidation level after 3 days, and then it went up to 626. So from 601 to 626. Yeah, so today when the market opens, it can either like what we were expecting with the some of the stocks yesterday, come down and then pull back up. So as long as it holds above 570, 573, sorry, 563, the previous support here, as long as it holds above it, then it can try to push back up. I don't know how the spread for this is, but when I looked yesterday, the cheapest contract, about 200 and something, was like the 580 call or something. It was slightly out of the money. But the reason I like waiting for CR is if we're having if it doesn't hold it down here and it starts going up, then the both puts and calls become cheaper when the market opens. Okay, so we need to break above 626. Okay, or it's going down to 563. Now, if it breaks that, if we break this level, on the daily, we'll have done a double bottom here because it would have gone back to the same level. So if we use 4 hours, then it means it's going to 523. Now, this is a stock which fills gaps. You've seen how it's been bearish for months. Came all the way from 771 in July and dropped all the way over 200. Now we are in the 500 and something. So this is a stock that fills the gap. If it fills the gap coming down, it's going to fill the same gap going back up. If we are having, so this is 589 and then 529. So you see when it was going up, it filled this gap going up. From 529, it went all the way to 698. So the same thing, when it hits this 698, let's say when the minute it dropped below 700, it could have filled the same gap. So if we keep trending down, we're still capable of filling the gap to 529. This gap here. So always look back to see previous gaps because it means that stock is capable of filling the same gap. Okay, so it's either 529 or 626 for ASML. Sometimes it takes a few days before you get a move. Like you see these earnings, it dropped and then reversed, went back up. And here it we had a pullback and then continuation down. So you might not get it might take a few days before we know if it's gonna go back up or it's gonna continue down. So keep watch of it because after post-ER, this thing kept dropping for 2 more months. Okay. Now, I don't want to talk about things I talked about Monday and Tuesday. I want to look at CRM. So CRM and Crowd, I know Crowd has been doing better compared to CRM. Okay? Crowd has been trending up since August 18th. As much as it's been bearish months, Crowd has been going up. So this was post-year in August 31st. Went up, we had a slight pullback. And then went up slightly. We had a double top, then pullback, created a higher low, and it's been going up. And we hit 190, I think, on Friday. We hit it on Friday. We rejected it here. We hit it. So it's kind of consolidating. It needs to make a decision if it wants to break this 190 level. Okay. So we know Crowd. So it came from 298 down to 92. So this was down 206 points. So 206 divided by 2, that is 103. 103, when you add here, 103, we get what? 195. 103 plus 92, get 195. So clearly, it has done the 50%. The 50% almost that I usually talk about. This is a clear definition of it. It is supposed to go back. So if you add 103 here, you get 195. So we see we are supposed to go 5 more points to make it to 50%. So this has been going up since January. I know been taking long, but it's been trending up, barely pulling back here, having very shallow pullbacks, shallow, and then going up. So if it breaks this level, the previous lower high here is 206. So we need to break above 206. So our 50% is 196, 195, and then we need to break this level, 206, and then the next one is 241. So Crowd has been doing way better compared to CRM. These stocks were really beaten down for better part of last year. Crowd went, I think, below 100 or somewhere. So CRM, sorry, almost below 100. When was this? This one from here, from 311 post-COVID came all the way down to 156. The same with the Snow, Crowd, and CRM. They were beaten down the whole of 2021 and part of last year, up to October, actually up to December. So the whole of last year, this stock has been trading down since November 2021 all the way to December 2022. I was wondering what is happening to these stocks. They are not getting a break. CRM, Crowd, and Snow, the same duration. And this is a weekly chart. If we look at CRM, so it was 2021 to 2022. We look at Snow. the same period. Snow came from 405. So 2021 all the way to 119 up to 2023. So the same with the same duration all the way here. Crowd even broke 100. CE was even the worst. SE, sorry. This one from 372 all the way to $40. Okay. So even after it went to 34, it went to $34 here. So all these tech stocks, after Kobe, Doku, the same thing, were all beaten down. Doku has never survived, even to date. From 314, $39, and even went to 36. So all these stocks at some point, if they have a turnaround, then they have a good chance. Yeah, I had these were very good stocks. Look at this. Went all the way from 43 all the way to 314. Then when we were done with COVID and not signing documents online, this stock has never recovered. Doku, the other one, all these tech stocks. You 210, never recovered. $24. Okay. So all these stocks at some point, and we know stocks go back. Even if they don't go back, we can get a 50%. But it's very sad watching these stocks, how they've been beaten down. Look at AI. 183 after it did an IPO, has never gone back, went all the way to $10. Really. It's never recovered. Here went to, I think, Pooh tried to go back. And then, so these are the stocks to watch. At some point, I don't think stocks they can go and become penny stocks. I've seen, I've seen stock almost go back to being penny stocks. Lucid made good money with this. And look at this. This is from years ago. When it did IPO, this was what are they called? I don't know what these companies, I've forgotten the name. But since then, has never recovered. At some point, something has to happen. So these are the stock to keep watch of, because at some point, I know this one has been trying. These are electric vehicles, but still, look at this, 179 since IPO and $11. At some point, something has to happen. What is this stock? See, all these COVID stocks from 331, it's now a penny stock, $5, and they've not done it's not a what do you call? It's not a split. It's just the stock dropping. So Moderna finally almost hit the level I've been telling you guys. And I added Moderna in the 5K. I told you guys the place I put there means they can give you 5K. So it's almost hitting that 85. I've been telling you guys since July when I started trading it, when it was going up during COVID. It was just 25, sorry, $85. So when I started trading it, it was $85. Went all the way to 497. Never recovered. Bearish. Pull back here, 217, lower high, still coming down. So that's the level I remember when I was trading it, when it started going up. Tosh and the rest can remember when we were trading Moderna every day. So all these stocks at some point, BNTX also, the same thing. 464, 117, 188, and still keep. I know I was more biased to, I don't know why, I always preferred Moderna than BNTX. And BNTX, watch it today, it's been doing nothing much. As Moderna has been dropping, I know it's been dropping, but it's not dropping at the same rate as, so this came from 105, 112 to 94, and then watch it today, it might continue down. I don't remember what price because I only focus mostly on Moderna. But if we look at these levels, if it continues down, it can go to 86. So that's a 10-point move if we still keep going down. If it's going back up, it always supposed to go back to, what is the level? 109? Yeah, 109. And then 124. So this time it broke 124 and then look it here, but this was a double top because it didn't go any further. And then came down to 100, back 113, broke 100. So if it doesn't pull back slightly, just get a put. It might continue going down. So this is the level to watch, and that's like a 10-point move. Dana. Today I said I'm not going to talk about Tesla, Netflix, all this talk. You guys should know what is supposed to happen. Look at this beautiful chart. So this was, I put it on the 5K play since Monday. So from Monday, it has gone from 94 and it's headed to that 85. If not, it has already almost hitting the 85 I've been talking about. So the next level is 82 and then 78 and then 72. So if we keep having this sector being beaten down, those are the levels to watch. I know ASEAN had put it on the squeeze and it was squeezing yesterday. So it squeezed or opened up and then it's also going down. So all these I don't say I don't want to look at this doji, bearish doji. Then it's coming down. So this was just a slight pullback, squeezed up and then bearish continuation. I know this is not a big stock, but it's not a big ATR, but those small moves can make some good money. This one, I don't think this one went too much. The high of this. I think this just only went to 76. It's not compared to Moderna and NVAX and BNTX. This one has been slow. Also together with, I remember there was a time I just gave up on PFE. It would have news and nothing. I was like, no, I'm not doing Pfizer anymore. I can't do these small stocks. They are so annoying. So I stopped even looking at it. But they'll post news and then it barely moves. Yeah, so this one went to 61, unlike the others. And then, but I know when it was coming from 40 here, some people made good money when until it hit 61. But it was so painful to trade this stock. And then since then, it's almost becoming a penny stock also. So all these stocks, keep watch of them for some turnaround at some point. Okay, so I don't know what else reported earnings. What reported earnings market apart from ASML? I know yesterday I forgot LMT, but there's a that traded it. So LMT has been bearish since 508. But it did a good pullback here. So since this was last earnings. So I told you guys to do 50%. I don't know if there's anyone who does this 50%. And it hit 50%. It did hit 50%. So from when it reversed here at 393, from 508, 50% was 450, and it hit 450 yesterday. So I know Judy was trading it going up and then coming down. So it hit the 50% and even broke it, went to 452. If a stock is breaking a key level, let's see. So today it might pull back. So if it pulls back and creates a higher low, any level above 393, so I know it reversed here. So we still, because it broke 50% on the daily, it's a clear indication it wants to go up. Okay. Now, this is what I tell you guys on the daily chart. If a stock is indicating it wants to go up, count 3 days and then 6 days. So we had day 1, day 2, it pulled back on day 3, and then day 4, day 5, day 6, it was still going up. So if a stock is trending up, count the days. If it's still keeping up with the bullish continuation, add another 3 days. So watch it today. If it pulls back and creates a higher low, any level above this was a rejection week after it reported earnings. So since it was any stock that is not on momentum list, I'm not swinging overnight. And this is what you can see, guys. You can see clearly. It went down and then it started going back up. So this is where you get caught with that IV crash. You don't want to give money back. Okay. So watch it today. If it pulls back and stays above this ER's rejection week, it went to 429. So if it stays above any level above 429, okay, and then we have here, so it came back to this level. So that's why it had like a double. It went to 430 here. It hit it here, the rejection week. This is a 1-hour chart, and then another one. So it had like a triple top, which I just refer to it as a double top because it's just the same pre-market, and these were rejection weeks. Then it went to break the 50%. So if you do that calculation of 50, you would have caught all these moves since it started going up from 393. So here it rejected 450, and I think I talked about the 50% before. So it rejected 450, lower high, dropped to 430, and then it went here to 447. So another lower high, pulled back, and then now post here went to this 452. So watch, if it pulls back and creates a higher low, then it means it still wants to go back up just because it broke the 50% level by about 2 points. I know I'm supposed to talk about, which is the other stock that I reported here. I'm just talking about others. I've realized since Monday I've been talking about Tesla, Nvidia, Netflix. MS ABT. Oh, ABT is a good one. I know it's not a big ATR, but this one, I know maybe you guys don't know about this, but it's a good one. Now you see the post pre-ER, you would have called this move. Just look at the list of stocks reporting earnings. And look at them a week before, 2 weeks before. You can catch this move. So it went from 98 down to 89. That's about 10 points. And then it's going up. So on the daily, so this stock has been, since last earning, I know this last year I looked at it.
It's been trending down. I know it's not much, but it's 15, then that is 11. That's about 26 points. Not bad. So it's been trending down. So ER to ER, from here, you'd have gotten puts by 2 months out, 3 months out, you'd have caught this move. Okay, then it has some indecision here. So this can be a good post ER. Have you guys see? I don't know if any of you know this stock. So you see, it usually starts running up. So it went to 112 and then pull back 100, then went back 115, broke this, hit 115, and then since then went back down, broke this level, 89. Okay, so this stock is a good one, ER to ER. So it creates like a V, comes from up, down, then go back up, up, down, go back up. This time it broke this support, then went to 89. So look at it post ER. It has to break above 98 to have a change of character. So from 89, it has to go back to 98. If it doesn't, it will be a lower high. Look at puts. I know it's not a big get here, but it's a good earning stock. I always tell you guys about a good one, even if I don't trade it. Not early, but I don't know if it has volume. Some stocks they move well, but when you go look at the contracts, barely anything. So I don't know. I'm not so sure about this. EMS, PG. Oh, PG. Procter & Gamble has been bearish. So from 141, pull back 158, lower high 155, and it came from 158. So this was a double top. Where is it clean? This is usually good also posts 165. So 165, 122. It's kind of been consolidating on this level 156 here. The same level didn't break here. The same level didn't break here. And this was a 122 higher low, and this it broke the support. So we're gonna watch if it's gonna break 136. If it doesn't break, it can go back up. If it breaks, you're watching for 122. If it breaks, it needs to break this level, 158. So it's not a level, it's not a stock that you can get that move in one day, like Tesla's and Netflix's. No, it's a long term. I know it moves slowly, but it's all about how the contract moves. I don't know if they beat, I've not looked at the ER, but apparently it's going up. So it has to go to 156, 158, or if it breaks 141, it's going down. So look at it. Some of these posts here, they're just very cheap stocks. You can make some good money. So MSGSC, they all report in the same week. JPM usually starts as off. JPM and Wells Fargo usually start the first for the financials. So MS also been bearish, the same sector bearish. It's only JPM that has been holding some kind of consolidation on the same level. But MS, since this last year, it went up slightly and then came down from July to August, pullback, lower high, continuation. So we need to see if it's gonna go break above the previous, so it looks like it's broken above this here. So we need to see this 89. If not, you're looking at it going to 70. Okay? So this is not a one-day thing. It's a small ATR, but it can be a good post-TR play. I know GS didn't do much, but if you have this and the other financials trending down, you might have even GS keep going down to break 300. I know GS is supposed to go back up at some point. So here it broke our 308, it broke the 3, we are supposed to look at the 303. So if it's still trending down, then it means it's gonna break 303 to 97, then 288. The same levels, they haven't changed. So look at it today. It can keep going down or it can have a pullback. Be day 5 today. Okay. I think I've looked at all. I did want to look at the regular Lulu. So I told you guys to watch Lulu. We needed a pullback to make those contracts, the calls, a bit cheaper. So Lulu, I usually say when you have a stock in my Sunday watch list, it's not just for the week. It means it's been either consolidating for a while. So either we're gonna get a breakdown or a breakout. So it's not a stock you're watching for a week. The same thing for Meta. We had Meta, we had Lulu, we had Alta was there. So it's not a stock you're watching for one day. So this is what happened. As long as the levels, if you look at the levels I posted and say, the minute it's above 386, it's supposed to go to 4 or something. And that's what happened. The day, so this one, it approached it. And then we had 2 days of nothing. And then the day it broke this level. So you need to set alerts. I know I set alerts at very high levels, so it doesn't hit and then I don't get to look at it. So I think I need to set alerts because I'd set an alert at 386. Since it didn't hit 386, I think I missed it. Now, you need to set an alert some levels, some points lower. Don't set at exactly the points I talk about, because if it doesn't, it can approach it. So approaching means it's going closer to it. So if it doesn't hit your alert, you miss it just because you set a level at that 386. I have that alert on my phone and I was wondering why I missed it. I put it at 386. So if it's approaching and doesn't hit it, like here, it approached. So the first time here, lower high, you came down. The second time, it approached it. The third time is where I tell you guys, you don't want to miss the third try, because the third try is where it breaks out. So this is why I missed it. So when you're putting you are setting your alerts, don't set exactly at those levels. Put some points below it so that you don't miss. Okay. So I'm hoping we can get some pullback today so that this can be a lot of days. Wednesday, either tomorrow or Friday, because you have a stock going up. So we count 1, 2. So look at it. If we get a pullback and then it makes the contracts cheaper, it can be a good lotto play either tomorrow or Friday. So don't take your eyes off it. Any questions? Quiet.
Quick question, Miss Virginia. I missed what you said about UVXY real quick.
I'm not repeating. You have,
for a second and I
you
missed
have
it.
to watch the video. Who is this?
Okay. All right.
Judy.
It's Judy. I stepped
How
off
is
for a
it you
second.
missed? No. You are there and you're even commenting. How is it you missed? You are the one who said priceless. I had no clue. You are there from the start.
I got the VIX. I didn't get the UVXY. I'll look it up.
The
It's okay.
same is
Thank
the
you.
same is the same thing. If you look, it's the same thing. They go the opposite direction. They are inverse on what is happening to SPY and QQQ. So it's
And
the
QQQ.
same thing. UVXY, DXY, VXS, and VIX. It's the same thing. I should be finishing at
All right,
exactly
thank you.
exactly 9. I keep taking the time. I need to be done by exactly on the dot. It's an hour. Okay. All right. We'll talk about Tesla in the chat and Netflix and see what we're gonna do, if we're gonna swing anything. Okay. See you guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.